would imagine that I was standing in the spotlight, and if I close my eyes very tight, just a vision, a premonition would find me shining underneath those headlights. And I daydream in school with faraway eyes, living the words of the radio songs, making my friends someday to take the stage with the rock and roll band. And I would play in the light of 1,000 smiles, spreading through the towns and fields of America. And I would demonstrate every night my kind of action, the crowd reaction. I had 'em standing in the front row with my air guitar and only my imagination. We rocked the nation, the main attraction in the rock and roll shows. And I daydream in school with faraway eyes, living the words of the radio songs, making my plans someday to take the stage with the rock and roll band. And I would play in the light of 1,000 smiles, spreading through the towns and fields of America. America. As time goes by, some gloomy rain, it's hard to keep that dream alive, oh alive. But love and music keeps me going, and I know that somehow I'll survive. Ooh, I'll survive. And I daydream in school with faraway eyes, living the words of the radio songs, making my plans. I'm gonna take the stage with a rock and roll band. And I will play in the light of 1,000 smiles, spreading through the town, spreading through the field, taking to the streets of America, spreading through the town, spreading through the field, taking to the streets of America, spreading through the town, taking to the streets of America, spreading through the town, taking to the streets of America.
Well, hello and good evening and hi to Bostar and Evan David and anyone and everyone else who was online with us tonight. Welcome to the Acting is Reacting 1,000 plus subs special. Woohoo! and we'll have at least 2 or 3 of those members in tonight, hopefully. Yeah. So, oh, Alan, hello, welcome from down under. So, yeah, people who are coming into the chat do. I mean, you're welcome to super chat and jump up the queue if you really, really want to, but really there's no need. So, throw a song or two into the chat, and hopefully I'll see it and pick it up and add it to the queue as we go along. I've got, as ever, a special playlist curated for tonight based on things I've had on the channel that actually gained some of these 1,000 subscribers along the way. So yeah, it should be a fun, interesting night. Well, a fun night. I don't promise interesting, really, but who knows? Hope everyone's had good weeks. I've just come from my best friend's birthday drinks, at which I was teetotal, so I should be saying for the rest of the evening. I was just about the only person with a name that didn't start with A-N. She's Katie, but she was with her husband Angus and her friends Anna, Anya, and Anne. So it's all very confusing if you don't know them. Ooh, thank you, Ellen. I will get that one into the queue. And yeah, let's get some other music going before we get over to Spotify. We'll start with my list for the night. If I can find it. Haha, here it is. So, yeah, as I say, this is a selection of songs that I found gained me at least one subscriber, which, when you're starting out on your YouTube journey, every single subscriber really does count for quite some time. And now that I've hit this 1K mark, I'm not really that fussed anymore. I'm not going to chase the 5 or 10 or 20K. I'm just going to focus on doing what I want and hoping that others happen to enjoy it, you know, for the most part. Anyhow, let's have a random tune from my list and see what the randomness gods want us to start with. So this is a very recent video for me, part of my series of singles that missed the top 40 but made the bottom 60. Only went up a couple of weeks ago, I think. Some Fleetwood Mac action to start the night. Thank you, Evan David. I will get those in queue as well. I know which one I'd be voting for if I could vote. Yeah, Bostar. I mean, I like Everywhere in Little Lies, but those are kind of overplayed. As I'm kind of shocked that this one didn't join them in major hit status, but there you go. Obviously didn't see this lineup of the Mac because they weren't around for long, but I did see Rick Vito with Mick Fleetwood and Mick Fleetwood's Blues Band when they came out to NZ. It was a great bill, actually. They opened the bill, then we had Michael McDonald and Boz Scaggs headlining, so that was quite a night. Hey Tracy, good to see you, and I hope you're coping with the extreme weather conditions that you're facing at the minute. Thanks for stopping in. If you have time for a tune, let me know and I can throw one in for you. But if not, that is also fine. Well, equally, I can play one for you that will be available on Catch Up. So. By the way, people who've been asking for song battles, you're on the wrong channel. This is Acting Reacting, where we don't do song battles. No. We do song wars. So use the correct parlance, please. I don't want Sean to sue me after all. Hello, Nicole. Thank you, and thanks for being amongst the happy 1,000. Well, 1,006, I think it is now. I know. I start saying the wider world just couldn't accept the band with a different lineup. Well, I don't know, because Behind the Masks still topped the charts a couple of years later in the UK, at least. But I mean, again, it didn't have any big singles. But I think it was just the timing as well. I don't know that had Lindsay stuck around, that they would have done much more business in the early 90s. I mean, they would have done more than what they sold with Time in the mid-90s, obviously. Alrighty, I will, as per, be swooping and swapping, if that's a phrase, it is now, between, just pause that, between my random list and stuff from the chat. So I won't get to a song war just yet, so we will start off on the Spotify side of things with Alan's tune from The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. This will be The Weeknd's debut on the channel, so of course people from RTTC will be used to The Weeknd popping up, especially on streams. But thank you, Alan, for bringing this one. Hope everything's good in sunny NZ. Well, I mean, Alan, if you are the magic 1,000th, then you unfortunately, there's no way of proving it, so we can all be that. Well, I can't be, but anyway, thank you. Every single one is valid, including the 418 that's our Dimash fans. I think I know for a fact that Evan David was number 50, because in those days subs were few and far between. It took me about 6-7 months to get to 100, so having raced from 100 to 1,000 in the same time frame has been nice and in many ways unexpected. Sounds horrendous, Tracy. My aunt's in Queensland, but she's in the southern part, so she's not been affected by what you've been encountering. Because I have a surprising number of relatives in Australia, more than I actually have in NZ these days.
So much more than their lives, they took a piece of me, and I've been trying to fill that void that my father left, so no one else abandons me. I'm sorry.
Nicole, if you haven't already done it and I just missed it, do chuck us a song or two into the queue, and we'll get you in the mix as well. This is really good. I really haven't listened to much of The Weeknd other than what's been in streams, but I don't know, Alan, what you would suggest as that there's an album people should start with, or not, for those who are curious. Okay, thanks, Tracy. Catch you again in drier times for you, hopefully very, very soon. Keep safe out there, and ta for popping in and letting us know you're well. Thanks, Nicole. Do you want that as a song war, or just individual tunes? Helen's suggesting the trilogy as a weekend starting point. Okay, thanks. Cool. Still just shy of 20 seconds on this, so it's a lot of whooshing to take us out to the end. So while it's doing that, I'll quickly add in that to the thingy. And now, yay, we have Spotify adverts, of course. So, handily, this is why we come back over to my list, and I'm going to do my usual thing where I pick 1 and 3 out of the random options that I've got coming up. So, Fountain of Sorrow, Jackson Browne, who was included as part of my roundup of songs that didn't make the top 40 from 1974, and Not Fragile from Bachman Turner Overdrive's album of the same name. Did a random foreplay at that. And Once Upon a Time in the West from Alchemy. Well, we're not playing the 30-minute tune track. So let's get some Canadian action up here, and Fred Turner on the bass and the vocals here, of course. The lesser known member of the band, but quality chap. I don't know, Nicole, it's bound to be before your time, but Alan, it might not be before yours. I vividly recall the song from an advert when I was young, and it had, I think it was for Steinlager, and it had lots of dogs with sunglasses on bobbing their heads to this tune, but I haven't been able to find any trace of it online, so I don't know if I dreamt it all or it's just not something that's survived into the digital age. Okay, Nicole, no worries, we'll have those separately, which is good because I wouldn't want to have to take that where to go and put up against the dance. Well, Nicole, let's be honest, most things are before your time because the rest of us are really old. Especially me. I mean, we are, as I probably mentioned before, not very far away at all from me having been a third of my life on this side of the world. Evan David saying he mostly associates BTO with You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, like most people he supposes. Evan David, is that just because it's really their only big hit here? Or is it especially because of Harry Enfield? Smashy and Nicey, always playing that one song, which I love. Although they did seem to think that Overdrive was a person, like Bachman Turner Overdrive, like Crosby, Stills and Nash, but no, not quite. after this, we shall head back to Spotify for Rostart's Bee Gees song War, which I'm gathering is a song war featuring Jeff Porcaro on the drums. And I do love a song that has a good proper ending, don't you? Okay, so part one of the Bostart Bee Gees battle is Soldiers. These are both from Living Eyes from 1981. And I'm sure that we're going to be given more information about them in the chat from the man himself. So, no, I haven't got around to these, so thanks for bringing them tonight. This album is still on my list of 1 gazillion albums to get around to at some point in my life. I don't know if you know, but Jeff had an absolutely miserable time recording this. Something involving tape loops and re-recording everything until it was this close to the previous loop, and yeah, craziness. Took quite a lot to ruffle Jeff's feathers, it has to be said, so I think only the Bee Gees and maybe Ricky Lee Jones managed that. They will put Who Is the Doctor in the mix, but I won't promise to play it. Other than in maybe a documentary where they played a clip, I've never heard it. And I'm not certain that I want to. Bostart saying the Bee Gees themselves didn't really want to record this album, done under record company and management pressure, then they wanted to step away from the spotlight for a bit. And I guess the muted, shall we say, reception to it, coupled with RSO was pretty much dissolving around this time, if I recall correctly. So those things probably enabled them to then take that break and then come back. What was it, 6 years later in a big way, at least in the UK. And Bostart added that this is Jeff co-drumming with Steve Gadd on this one with Don Felder on lead guitar. I'm sure we all know that Don Felder's at this point just become an ex-Eagle for the first time. This is a song war, so the following Bee Gees tune will be up against this one, so pay close attention to which is your favourite. We've gotten off to a good start with this one though. So I'm hoping / expecting that we can just roll into the next tune without a further delightful Spotify ad. We shall find out. Nope, no luck. Let's hear all about M&M's.
Looking for edge of your seat drama?
That wasn't
Disney Plus is ready
that
to level
really,
up your
honestly,
weekend
wasn't
with
Eminem's
head-spinning
advert.
new drama series.
Wasn't quite what I was
Paradise,
expecting.
starring Emmy Award winner Sterling K. Brown. Follow
Wow.
the Secret Service agent as he embarks
Disney
on
Plus
a relentless
subscriptions,
search
who
for
needs
truth,
them when you've got an
uncovering
acting as
cracks
reacting
in the world
subscription?
around him.
Am I right?
Paradise. New original series now streaming
The
on
answer to
Disney
that was
Plus
yes,
from
but you're a bit slow.
$4.99 a month.
Hey Sainsbury's,
and Sainsbury's as well.
My money stretch a bit further this time of year.
See, this
Well,
is
we're always matching and lowering
this
prices.
is why
So every week, hundreds of Sainsbury's fresh and everyday products
We,
are price matched to Aldi. And every week, with Nectar, you can save money on thousands of your
don't
family's
use Spotify
favourite
too much.
brands. So your money can go further, while you don't have to.
I'm not going
Looking
to,
for
although I
ways to
could.
save money?
I could put the
Ask
ads
Sainsbury's.
as an option in
Sainsbury's.
the
Good
poll
food
for those who don't like the Bee
Selected
Gees.
products, Aldi price match not in any
We're not
way.
doing that
Nectar
because
prices
I'm not
require Nectar
totally
account.
insane.
Terms, Sainsbury's.co.uk/Aldi price match and nectar.com/prices terms.
There we go. We're through the music, or through the ads, back to the music. Yeah, I mean the price of not paying for things is what gets you ads these days. But now that Netflix and everybody is starting to put ads and things, whether you pay or not, why would you pay for anything? I don't know. So this is, if I didn't already say, I mean you can see it, but, well, unless you're just listening and you can't see it, crying every day. Blimey, 3 drummers on this one, according to Mozart, with Chippewa, of course, along with Russ Kunkel and Sonny Nord. Is that a real name or is that a drum machine? And thank you, Alan. I will get some John Mayer in the action shortly. Is there a particular version of that song you want, Alan? Because there seems to be several that are live. I can see live at the Oak Mountain Amphitheatre, September 22. Live at Tweeter Center, Philadelphia, 2004. Live at Tweeter Center. Oh, that's the same one, is it? Yes, it seems to be. I'll put in the one from 2004, which seems to be slightly shorter, unless you direct me otherwise. From any given Thursday. Okay, cool. And solenoid is a drum machine playing the real drum? Okay. poll should be going live right about now. Both excellent tunes. I don't know which one I would go for myself. And now thanks to Alan for some John Mayer action. This is Covered in Rain. John Mayer recently lost a poll for a song that reached number 25, but I'm sure I'll be getting around to that one at some point for my relevant series of songs that reached 25, given that we're in the year 2025. I know most of you know that, but some of you might not. And after this one, I will pop back over to my list and see what else we have on offer there, whilst Spotify plays more ads, undoubtedly. But this is a long one. We've got around 10 minutes, so plenty of time to vote in that poll.
These days with the world getting colder, she spends more time sleeping over than I planned. Tonight we're gonna order them, drinking wine and watching CNN. It's dark, I know, but then again, it's the brightest thing I got when I'm covered in rain.
Either people had already forgotten Soldiers because of all the adverts, or Crying Every Day is the runaway winner so far. But if you're not voting, get in and vote. There's more in than there are votes, so I know Sean always says that that's the case usually too. Some people are in without necessarily having access to voting. I don't really understand how things work on different things. For example, I see about 15% of my views, because analytics tell us everything, about 15 to 20% of my views are from people watching on the TV, so they presumably can't interact with anything. I don't know. If you're a TV watcher and you can let me know, let me know. I've watched the odd thing on YouTube on the telly, but more like old dramas that aren't available on streaming somewhere. Do you, Nicole? What are you watching on for a live stream? Not presumably not watching this on the telly and managing to join us in the chat. Or are you? I don't know. As some people who watch this channel, and especially the live streams, might realise, technology and me don't exactly go hand in hand. Evan David. Well, so far still everyone's voted Crying Every Day, but Evan David says he did like the first one from the Bee Gees, but the second one just got better as it went on. That's what I thought, Nicole. On a laptop or something more usual. I mean, I watch... yeah. I'd say 99% of my YouTube watching is laptop-based myself. So I'm just playing from John Mayer on this track. He's another artist that I really haven't listened to very much of at all. When he put out his kind of yacht rock album, I listened to that, and it was like, well, if I wanted to listen to that, I'll just put a Christopher Cross album on, really. Oh, I saw him Wednesday night, obviously. But I haven't listened to his more typical stuff. Alan saying that he wrote this about 9/11. So as I said, this is live at the Oak Mountain Amphitheatre, Birmingham, as opposed to Birmingham. September. Ah, so I guess this is from an anniversary of that event, I assume. Sob Rock, yeah, that will be it, Nicole. It's the one that had the kind of retro nice price sticker on the cover, and yeah, it was pure retro. I mean, it was very well done for what it was, but it also kind of feels slightly pointless to me. It was a nice exercise, but this is fantastic. I couldn't find a studio version of this, Alan. Is there one, or is it just a track that he's done live? Ah, Nicole, if Sean did a reaction to it, that's probably how I heard it. I would have just listened along with him. Oh, yeah. Yes, this is definitely making me think I need to hear some more typical John Mayer stuff. So, yeah, now if you want to throw an album or two out that we should start with from him, that would be much appreciated. And there's no studio version of this one. Okay. About 3 minutes left to go on this one, and then I'll see what my randomness has in store for us. Nicole saying hi to Sean if he sees the replay chat. He said he was lurking last stream. Yeah, he told me that he was in last week, but not in the chat. I don't know if he made it to part 2 and therefore was subjected to Africa or not. I really hope so, because he deserves it. I'm becoming the conduit for messages to Sean. But Sean, if you're in, Evan David saying howdy and sorry the Ramones write-up's taken a little longer than planned. Evan David, does that mean it's taken you longer to get time to do it, or the write-up is longer than you thought it would be and is therefore run away out of control? As we know, an Evan David write-up is not a small undertaking in the first place. Alright. Still officially just under a minute on here, but is it just cheering in chat? I'll let John explain the song then, if he's going to. No, it seems not.
We got one more song to do for.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alan, for that. That was bloomin' brilliant, is my summation. And what can I possibly follow that with from my list? Well, my three choices of something are 4 and 20. A nice little, well, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young tune, but it's really just Stills. Nobody Told Me from John Lennon, which I just had up on the channel very, very recently. Or Gotta Serve Somebody from Mr. Bob Dylan. Well, we all love a bit of Bob on here, so just before I play it, with all of these, I'll sort of say what they were on my channel, because this is for anyone who's arrived subsequent to me saying it before. The songs I'm playing from my list are songs that I've had on the channel that gained me at least one sub along the way to my 1,000 milestone, and this is an early entry in my series where I look at the final top 40 single by a notable artist, and it did double duty because last year I was doing songs that reached number 24, and this one reached number 24 as well as being Dylan's last ever top 40. So yeah, Gotta Serve Somebody, and of course Mr. Lennon came along with Gotta Serve Yourself in response, but I've still not heard that.
You may be an ambassador to England or France. You may like to gamble. You might like to dance. You may be the head.
Drive safely, Alan. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate you subbing and being in here, and hopefully we'll catch you a lot more often going forward, as I don't say because it's a stupid phrase.
Yes, indeed, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Maybe a rock and roll addict prancing on the stage, money, drugs at your command, women in a cage. You may be a businessman or some high degree thief. They may call you doctor, or they may call you chief, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you are. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody.
Alrighty, I think I can safely close off that Bee Gees poll to get another vote in, but it was still For Crying Every Day, so it's a 100% win for that second track. And I think we all agree that Soldiers was a good track as well, but so I can't vote, but I'll say I voted for Soldiers just to give it some love.
Yes, you are. You're gonna have to serve somebody.
Yeah, and as Bostart points out, this is from Slow Train Coming from 1979, the first of Dylan's trilogy of Christian albums. But this isn't. If I can use the phrase too Christian, you know what I mean if I say that, compared to some of the other tracks on those albums.
You may own guns and you may even own tanks. You may be somebody's landlord. You may even own banks, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
So for those wanting an update on what Evan David is bringing to RTTC in the chat, following the fifth and final Ramones album, not the final Ramones album, the final one of the first five that he's bringing to Sean at the moment. He's going to Slate Top 10, to his first, no, sorry, not his first, his most popular RTTC hit, and then probably a Status Quo Top 10, who we will be hearing later in tonight's stream. before I start putting up, you've got half of Dire Straits on this track. Might not float, of course, on guitar, and Pick Withers on drums.
Might like to drink milk. Might like to eat caviar. You might like to eat bread. Maybe sleeping on the floor. Sleeping in a king-size bed. But you're gonna have to serve somebody.
And it also features lots of Shoals rhythm sections as Steve Man Barry Beckett is producing and playing here, as he did, of course, on Dire Straits' Communique album in the same year.
Well, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Now you may call me Terry, or you may call me Timmy. You may call me
I think
Bobby,
those starts a little bit hurrah.
you may call me Zimmy.
Nicole's asking, does anyone have any thoughts on the Slow Train Coming album? She hasn't heard it for a few years. We've got her in a Bob Dylan CD albums box. I have no thoughts on it, Nicole, because this is still the only track that I've actually heard from that album. I haven't listened to any of the Christian stuff. Said I haven't listened to very much post-75 Dylan at all.
And it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
Pre-75 Dylan, I've heard a lot of them. Before anyone thinks I'm a Philistine. Alright, we'll get to one of Nicole's songs next, and then see where we go from there. It's a possible spoiler for what might come up later, but right now we're heading to I don't know if this is in terrible taste given what Tracy's been experiencing, but we're heading for The Flood from Take That, thanks to Nicole, from the Progress album in, what year was this? 2010. The very year I arrived in the UK. And they waited for me to get back together, and I didn't go and see them.
On the edge of forever, at the start of whatever, shouting love at the world. Back then, we were like cavemen, but we mapped them.
When I start saying the latter-day Dylan album to hear is Oh Mercy from '89. I know Sean and Trey, I think, did a review rather than a reaction to that, and I meant to check it out. In fact, I even might have done. I know that's the one with Ring the Bells on it, isn't it? Which obviously I know another version of, two versions of it. Nicole's saying she didn't do it to troll Tracy, but because it's actually one of their better songs. That's probably the best reason to pick a song is because it's a good one. Of course, Magnum also had A Flood, and that's one of their best songs. But we won't be hearing that tonight. Well, that's the thing, Nicole. Because she could have brought a Robbie song instead. But I always find it very hard when heading into Sean streams to know what to bring. So this might not shock you given what you know I do in my streams, but generally I just get iTunes to throw me out 40 random songs and I pick one or two from those. Unless something in particular has happened, like a new song's just dropped, or I've just seen somebody the night before, or something like that, in which case I'll just play one of those. But yeah, if I don't have a certain song in mind, that's how I will choose what I bring to streams. which is why sometimes you get some eclectic choices. Sean is in and multitasking like a mofo, editing vids for some other YouTube channel that you may or may not have heard of, and watching the Mavs, i.e. basketball. Well, Sean, if you've got room in your schedule to drop a request in the chat, then please do. And if you press for time, let me know and I can make sure I play it for you. Then again, you know, you can always catch up on the replay if you happen to have gone, because I know you know how YouTube streams work, because you're the master from whom I learned so much, not just on the streaming side, but all aspects of running a YouTube channel, from sounding vaguely intelligent occasionally to responding to each and every comment as much as humanly possible, and even the ones from idiots, and yeah, just generally being an all-round great bloke. Take That as another band you might not be surprised to find I've not ever particularly listened to, but this is a damn good song. Of course, again, it was before Nicole's time, but UK listeners might be shocked to know that Take That had one hit in New Zealand, just one, and that was Back for Good. So they were certainly not the juggernaut that they were in the UK already. Now, that almost certainly means... no, we'll do that. Okay, I'm talking to myself now. So we have got, returning to my list, another very recent add-on to the channel, which is Richard Corey from Simon and Garfunkel, which I did as a song war between this version and the version by them with Van Morrison. One Step Closer from the Doobie Brothers, which was another song that reached number 24. Or Help Me from Joni Mitchell. Well, both starters in, and I'm in, and we're both Doobies fans and like this song, so let's have some Doobies action. This is from, of course, the final album they did with Michael McDonald, until the one that's coming out in, is it June or July? Something like that. Well, Sean, yeah, I don't know if you just heard what I said, but when I'm selecting things to bring to reactions to the classics, I often just do a quick random list to give me 20 or 40 songs, and that helps me focus on what I might feel like bringing. Sorry, Burst Up, when you said you loved the song, I was assuming that you were meaning the one that I am actually playing, but were you actually meaning Richard Corey? I mean, as you know, all of these songs are available to watch me listening to and talking about over on that channel, so you can catch up on that later. Yeah, Nicole, Nicole's saying that the new Doobies will be an interesting one with Michael back, because it's really, to all intents and purposes, the first one with Tom and Michael on it properly. So obviously Tom had very limited involvement with taking it to the streets and living on the fault line, which was the first with Michael McDonald, and then he was gone for Minute by Minute and this album. So it'd be interesting to see what the mix of tunes and styles comes out as. Bostart and anybody else, I don't know if you've get caught the Richard Corey video that I did, but not only do you get to hear Simon & Garfunkel sing Richard Corey, not only do you get to hear Van Morrison sing Richard Corey, you get to hear me reading you the poem upon which that song was based. I mean, if that doesn't make you want to just leave the stream and go and watch that right now, don't do that, but I know you're tempted. Am I right? Yeah, don't answer that.
Hold on to me, baby. Hold on tight. I can take us through the night, alright. Maybe I will stay here too. Take my chance with you. Shadows disappear at night. We both know it's a shame if you should lose one. Why is it so hard to find? Tell me that you're right there too, baby. What's that, baby? What's that?
So, info about one of the main men on this song from Bostart. Cornelius Bumpus was recruited as a member for the album that this is the title track off from 1980, One Step Closer, providing sax, second keyboards, and more vocals. And the band broke up after that album, and when they reformed, came back as a sideman. And Bostart has previously told me that I would have seen him with them when I saw them in '95 or so. And then he and other ex-members managed to estrange themselves from the group when they toured as the former Doobie Brothers. Alrighty. So, heading back to Spotify land for see. No, Sean hasn't managed to conjure a tune, so we'll go to Nicole's other tune, which is some proper Kiwi action from Split Enz. Oh boy. I'm
My love is alien.
trying, and will no doubt fail, Evan David, to get your two songs for the song War to play back to back without ads in between, but we shall see. I'll do another one from my list after this one, and then we'll go to that War, most likely.
What more can a poor boy do? What more can a poor boy do? The crackle of the radio.
Evan David confessing he didn't know much when it came to the Doobies, with the sax solo wasn't half bad though. Yeah. Typical British understatement.
I'll never see her face. Between us there's too much space.
Well, Evan David, it's harder for people to remember songs in between if we don't do them back to back. So we'll I mean, maybe with ads at worst, but other than that, we'll keep them together. Thank you, Sean. I'll get that one in. And Nicole's saying that this is one of her favourite end songs, which is presumably why she chose it. Bostart says it's a song by Tim Finn about a guy who falls in love with a girl who lives on another planet whom he's picked up tuning his radio. I did not know that. I don't always pay close attention to lyrics. This may shock some people, but it's true. I like the vibe and the feel of the song as much as anything else. Bostart adding, this reminded him of his American pen friend when he first heard it in '94, but 3 years later they actually met. And they weren't an alien from another planet? I assume. if this doesn't go to an ad, I'll let it play through into Sean's tune. If it does go to an ad, I will do something different. So let's see what happens. It's always, oh, it's ads time. Okay, cool. So, therefore, we'll come back to my little list. And the next three, got Lifesaver from Chicago 7. How You Call a Dream from The Warning. And Dialogue Parts 1 and 2 from Chicago. Well, it's quite a long one, Dialogue. It's a great one, but it's a long one. Oh, I'm always torn. This is why I don't give myself hard decisions, like choosing from 5 songs instead of 3. Sod it. This is the first video that actually got, or the earliest video that got 1,000 views. It wasn't actually the first one to reach that target, but it's the earliest one I released that has. So this was another song that reached number 24 in the US. Second single from Chicago 5. Who pays attention to lyrics, Sean? Well, exactly. I mean, some channels have them up as always. Some channels hardly ever pay any attention to them whatsoever. But, you know, we can't all be the same, can we? What would be the point of us? Speaking of lyrics, this is literally a dialogue. You've got Perry Cath playing the more worldly soul, and you've got Peter Cetera as the college student who just doesn't let anything bother him and just wants to be high. Chicago actually recently released a 1971 live album from a recording at the JFK Center in Washington, which has been in the news just today, for reasons we will not discuss. But in that version, it's Robert and Terry singing, and it's still good, but it really works better with the different voices that Terry and Peter have, I think. Yeah, Nicole, I thought The Warning got a lot of views, and then I met Dimash, who I think my video for him that went up last month is almost at the 18,000 view mark now, which is insane. Have another one coming up this week, so we'll see how that does. If it gets even 10% of what the first one did, it will still be one of my top videos, so we shall see. But I figured I should, given that it's mostly the Marsh fans who make up approximately 41% of my 1,000 subs, that I should do another one at least for them. So that was part 1, which has most of the lyrics. This is part 2, which just has a lot of group vocals and happy clappy type stuff, but also some excellent guitar work from Mr. Terry Cath. And for those enjoying this track, as well as being able to watch it on my channel, you can watch Sean react to this full album thanks to Trucker Kev. So there is a full Chicago 5 reaction up on RTTC. Search and you shall find if you so desire. Actually, surprisingly, it's not my favourite Chicago album of mine, but there you go. Sure, if it does 70%, that's still well over 10k, so I'll take that for sure. Although, as I was saying at the start of the stream, I'm not chasing 5 or 10 or 20k subs now. I'm not. Now that I'm fully monetized for all the point that there is for that having a music reaction channel, as you know. Probably just going to do my own thing a bit more. Oh, not that. Both the Warning, who I actually am quite into, and Dimash is interesting, but I don't think I'm going to do many more Dimash ones. Don't hold me to any of this, obviously. Well, yeah, Sean, you're probably right, but I like to do myself for at least a day or two. So I will do your tune next, by the way, Sean, because I know you've got many other things to do, and it must be quite difficult to edit videos when you're listening to other music. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Sean's saying that vids that get lots of views help all videos on the channel, and it pushes all your vids more when you have a video that rocks up. It probably won't take me long to get back down to, shall we say, middling views before I think, oh, I need to do another Dimash or Warning video, or whatever the next big thing is that might come along. So Sean, how much time, because I know how much time it takes to do 3 videos a week plus a live stream. It's a lot. So how much time do you have to spend on everything? And do you give yourself total days off from the channel? Excuse me. Because I find I need to do that in order to not let it take over completely. Much as I enjoy doing it, obviously. A nice sudden ending there. And yeah, as I say, we are now back to Spotify, and this is from Sean. This is 45 from the Gaslight Anthem, which I could have saved for my birthday in June, but we're hearing it now. Huh. Yep. Behind the scenes chat indeed, Nicole. But for anybody else out there thinking of starting up a YouTube channel, you can learn a lot from Sean. Let's say from me. Yeah, that makes total sense, Sean. For anyone not in the chat, he's saying he tries not to film on a Tuesday or Thursday because of long basketball training days and filming taking a toll on his back. Yeah. Some of my longer videos, like especially the new format for the random foreplays, it's a lot of editing. It's a lot of time for me to be sat down, both recording and then editing it afterwards. So I can't tend to do more than one of those in a day, and then maybe 2 shorter videos in another day. Is how I'm tending to work things myself. But you know, I have. If I had unlimited time, I'd be doing the video a day. It's certainly the content to get to.
And all my friends say, hey, turn the record over.
So this is from handwritten, the deluxe version. Opens the album, in fact, from 2012. And it's a cracking tune that I've not heard before, as far as I'm aware. See, this is the other great thing about doing what Sean would refer to as a general theme stream, is that you just get so much from all over the place. Speaking of themes, as I mentioned last week, next week will be just after Valentine's Day most likely, so we'll do a love songs theme. My list will be very specifically love songs, but we'll find out what that means then. Alrighty. So, speaking of my random lists, and this has taken us to another advert, which means hopefully we won't get one between the next 2 Spotify songs, which will be Evan David's War. Okay, so my next 3, hope for the future, because the Marillion live stream got me some subs, and that was the song on the night, which is, if you recall, one of the least popular songs with Marillion fans, but on the night everybody loved it. That's coming against Here Comes the Night from Van Morrison, which actually opened the very first live stream I did, so we won't have that again. Or Scenes from an Italian Restaurant from Bully Joel. Ooh, so Billy or Marillion? Let's hear Marillion's almost worst song, according to some people who don't know any better. And let's see if those who heard it the first time and quite liked it, like it the second time, or they think, oh, maybe the Marillion fans are right after all. They're not often right, the Marillion fans.
I've been feeling kinda down and loose, like a Rosicrucian pope. Head down in the womb of time, carrying a message of hope.
Yeah, Sean, those pesky patrons taking up an awful lot of time. I'm glad you don't have to worry about doing whole albums or top 10s for me anymore, because it'd be too much effort to ask one man to put into one little video. So yeah, at least when I'm doing a long video, I know the reason I'm doing it is because I wanted to in the first place. So I've only got myself to blame. And Sean is saying to start with the 59 sound from the Gaslight Anthem. Blimey, between that and the John Mayer and The Weeknd, there's an awful lot to be picking up from on this stream. Well, thank you, Nicole. We appreciate you, we really do. Because much as I could and probably still would do this if nobody was paying any attention, it really is nice when people do enjoy what you do and get something out of it and buy tickets to Toto because you told them to. That sort of thing is highly rewarding. by the way, team, I've had the copyrighted audio message coming up from quite early on in tonight's stream, so you know the drill by now. If we do go down, there will be most likely a part 2. We'll see how we go. After this tune, we will be jumping to Evan David's song War between two very different bands, Love and Status Quo. Oh, by the way, Sean, I don't know if you were in either lurking or otherwise at the start of the stream. Tracy did pop in for a short while just to say hello and that she is safe and okay. But it's obviously been a fraught time in her part of the world, to put it mildly, of late. David's largely ignorant of Marillion outside of Kaylee. Well, you know, we can go to find out some other great Marillion tracks. You can watch the replay of the Marillion livestream, which does include the song. This is pretty good, some unexpected twists in there that makes it interesting. I agree entirely. I think it's so completely unproggy, but that's what some fans don't like about it. And the band disown it entirely now as well. But I liked that period where they were doing some really different things. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. And now here's a song that absolutely works. It's from one of the greatest albums of the 60s. I've not had any love on my channel before, but again, if you want to see a full album reaction to this brilliant album from the brilliant Sean Holmes, given to him by the brilliant Evan David, you know where to go, most likely. This is the opening track of Forever Changes, Alone Again War, which, if my chart knowledge serves me correctly, reached number 99 in the States.
Times I've waited patiently for you, and you'll do just what you choose to do.
Yeah. Sean swears I know his channel better than he does, but it's very even I forget some of the things that I've already done, and I chose them all myself for the most part. So when you've got so many solid years of so many different things, I'm not shocked that there's stuff that you forget you've done. And I'm sure there's several thousand of your videos that I couldn't tell you that you've done. Website says he's tried the album but can't get into it. This song is great though. Oh. interesting Bostack because this is a Brian McLean song. He did 2 songs for the album. This one, which is probably the best song on the album, and Old Man, which is probably the worst song on the album, although it's still good. But I don't think there's a weak link in the track listing. I think it is pure brilliance. That's just me, and also Evan David, and possibly Sean. Have to go and watch this review to find out. Yeah, I can understand that happening, Sean. I mean, even the gap between filming something and putting it live is enough time to forget even things that you've said in it that you don't remember saying. Or people taking something that you did say and completely misconstruing it, and you don't know how they got to where they got to. If that makes sense. But Bostack, yeah, I mean, this is regarded as one of the great 60s albums, but so is Pet Sounds, and I absolutely can't get into that album beyond 2 or 3 songs, so we don't need to like everything. Indeed, we can't like everything. All right. Now, have we avoided an ad? And can we go straight into... No, we have not avoided an ad. Good grief, I'm going to mute it though. Sometimes it lets me play up to 3 songs in a row without a break, and other times it doesn't even let me get through one little 3-minute song without getting me more ads every time. So yeah, that was part 1 of A Song War. Once Spotify is through trying to sell me... I don't even know what they're trying to sell me. We'll move on to part 2, which is Status Quo. We're rocking all over the world. Yeah, they really want us to watch Paradise on Disney Plus, people, so don't. That'll teach them. And then next week we can have no ads in between songs on the Spotify portion. Maybe. All right. That's ad 2 out of the way. Is there going to be a 3rd ad? Oh, no, we're here. Okay, great. I will rewind slightly and unmute it, and we'll carry on with the Evan David Song War. Hurrah! Evan David noting that Quo opened the UK part of Live Aid with this tune. It was, of course, well, I assume it wasn't a hit in America because they really didn't do any business there at all, did they? But John Fogerty did a hit cover version that everybody thinks he wrote if they're American. It's the other way around. This is a cover of a John Fogerty song. Is it? Look at me, talking absolute nonsense. That's what I got you for, though, to haul me up on such things. Well, thanks for popping by, Sean, and we'll hopefully catch you in your neck of the woods this week. Probably. No promises, but probably. So I'm just going to put in the band names for the poll for those listening. About a minute to go on this tune, but I think people have probably heard enough to know which one is for them. And Bostart, do chuck us another tune to add to the mix if you've got one in mind. We will of course be heading back to my little list after this war. Almost just the wrong word there. After this war is over. All right. Thank you to Evan David for that, and get voting if you haven't already. Alrighty, so what does that mean I have on offer? Another pretty recent addition to the channel, and one we've sort of referenced already tonight. Lady Writer from Dire Straits, although I reacted to a live version rather than the studio version that I have here. I've got 17 Going Under from Sam Fender, or Circle of Steel from Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, well, that's tricky, isn't it? I mean, okay, no, let's do the Straits. We don't want a depressing Christmas related tune tonight. Probably. Yeah. And I know we've got some Straits fans in as well. So this is from the album that Barry Beckett and Jerry Rexter at Muscle Shows produced, as noted earlier, after Mark and Vic had worked on the Dylan album. Oh, cool. I almost misread your comments there, Bostart, but I will get in the army now, in the queue now. Anyone who hasn't voted in the Love versus Status Quo poll, please do, if you are in a position to do so, of course. At the moment on a small poll sample, Love is up 2/3 to 1/3, but that could change swiftly with another vote. So this is another one that I did as part of my Bottom 60 series, which is singles that didn't make the top 40 but did chart. And I particularly like to do ones that charted both sides of the Atlantic. So this was I think 45 in the States and 51 in the UK. I think should have done a lot better. I've got another one in that series due to come out on Monday, which is going to be an America tune from my favourite America album. So that's a wee tease for you there. And then of course I have Dimash on Wednesday. And on Friday, I can't remember. Speaking of, I mean, that's as things stand, because this time last week I was telling you I had Michael Bolton coming up this week, which I didn't because I've shunted it back a couple of weeks. Sometimes you just have to change your schedule because other things come along. So I did a brand new song from the K's that came out this week instead, which means when the Michael Bolton one does go up, and I say that I'm actually seeing Toto tonight, I'm lying and I need to change it to I would have seen Toto 2 weeks ago, but hey, I don't think most people are going to notice or care. That's my theory and I'm sticking with it. And we're also sticking with status quo. Thanks to Boatstart. This is In the Army Now.
A vacation in a foreign land. Uncle Sam does the best he
So,
can in the army now. Oh, you're in the
now kids, if we do go down, then I will just stay down,
remember what the draft
I think. But otherwise, I'll follow this with another one from my list, and maybe we might hear some John Pertwee action, as requested by Evan David, and do another tune or two from my list, and then we will call it midnight. We're not doing that yet, unless we get booted. Pro is another band that really didn't make much impact down under as well as in the States. So a massive, massive band in the UK, but just for whatever reason didn't catch on other places. So Evan David, if you do manage to get a top 10 list to Sean, I'll be very interested to see what you come up with for that. This is a pretty damn good track. What year we got on this? 86. Oh wow. 86 can be a hit or miss year depending on how far into 1986 style production people go. This is good. No, it's not saying that like the earlier Quo track, this is a cover of a song by German duo Bolland and Bolland. Blimey. So not knowing much Quo, did they do a lot of covers or are these kind of outliers? I was also noting Jeff Rich on drums, who I assume was named after Jeff Porcaro and Buddy Rich. Maybe not. I don't think we'll get any more voting in the poll, so I'm going to declare Love the winner there, and indeed, had I been able to vote, then Love would have got mine as well. So, and even more clear choice than it might have been. Obviously, much as I love doing my artist dedicated streams of stuff that I'm into, tonight's been great hearing some incredible things that I don't already know from all sorts of artists. So thank you everyone who's contributed songs to tonight. Not that the night's over yet, but we're saying these things before we go down, just in case we do. Assuming we've got time, we're going to find another one from my little list. We've got another Chicago tune on offer. Questions 67 and 68 from the debut in 69. Leave It from Yes, which is one of the most viewed videos of one of my least favourite songs that I've had on the channel. Or Pink Skies from Giant Rooks. This is part of a random foreplay of their How Have You Been album from last year, shortly after I saw them live in February. And this is one of those videos that didn't do much when it first came out, but has been one that's had sort of trickle views. And if you go into your YouTube analytics on your phone, what you can do is see in the last 48 hours what your top 15 videos are. And these guys are often in there with a few views that have, just kept coming on as the years gone on. So that introduction, pointless as it was aside, this is Giant Rooks from Germany with Pink Skies. And hello to anybody who's not in the chat who is here live, because I see that you are. If you can join the chat, please make yourself known, and we might even be able to fit in a song for you if you do. But no promises at this late stage of the stream.
Skies, blood vision, her eyes, the color of fallen leaves, sunrises, and I shiver. Yeah. This moment comes close to heaven, fast ticking clocks, almost 7 a.m. But you could make this moment last forever.
I really like these guys' albums, but live they were at least 10 times better. Which is to say, pretty damn good. So far, okay. I'll keep the song up to the end, but for those who have been on the live stream, that's now over. But should you come and check out the end on YouTube, thank you to everyone who's been in. Evan, David, Bo Start, Nicole, Tracy earlier, Alan earlier, Sean, without whom this channel would definitely not have taken off as it has. Thanks to everyone who's been one of my first 1,000 subs, but if you want to be one of my second 1,000 subs and you haven't subscribed already, please do. And we'll catch you next week for some love songs. So I will just let the Rooks fade out, and I will say Thanks for watching and bye for now. But not for long. All right, over and out.